Hi everyone, this is Ramona Shah, and I want to talk about what to do if you have a bad reputation. If you think like, oh, maybe I got a bad rep in this one project or with this one specific person. Now, there's a couple of things to do in advance because sometimes we may have the feeling like we have a bad rep or we may actually get confronted by it. But let's go roll all the way back to how to even prevent to go there before addressing a few specific things that you can do if you feel like, actually, I think I do have a bad rep. First off, the thing with reputation is that it all starts with a perception. So someone starts having a perception about you or multiple people that then over time, because they get reaffirmed and reaffirmed, turn into a reputation. So the first thing to do is to ask for frequent feedback, right? So that more often you get feedback from people where you allow them the opportunity or give them the opportunity to share their insights with you, their perception with you, the faster you get to course correct before a perception turns into a reputation. And that is really powerful. Because reputations are hard to break. We're going to go into that in a moment. But I've seen and I've worked with clients over and over that have a certain reputation, and it just takes patience and lots of work to remove that reputation. So the earlier you can break that pattern or that journey from perception to reputation, the better. So asking people for feedback, for advice on what to do better or different in a specific area can be that solution to not even get to a bad reputation in the first place. Because ultimately, it's to understand that we judge ourselves by our intentions, right? We think like, I have good intentions. I'm going to do this. I'm going to help that person. I'm going to, and it's all coming from a good place. I'm going to help that person across the street. I'm going to, make this really quick email because I want to let them know about something, or I'm going to just ask them to do something. It's all coming from a good intention. But other people judge us by our action, right? They don't see our intention. They judge us by our action, which may the person who receives the email think, well, that was like came out of nowhere, and I didn't have any context. What is this about? And it's last minute. They see it differently than what we intend it to be. The person you help across the street might think like, why are you helping me? I'm not a senior citizen. Like, I don't need help and I can walk fine. They may feel belittled, right? We don't know what's going on. They're judging our action. They don't know our intention. And so that's important to understand, because sometimes we act out of out of the best interests and best intentions, but other people's perceptions about us are not quite matching our intentions. And that's what you want to uncover before those things turn into reputations. So that's the first part. But now what to do if you've received the feedback and like you might have a bad reputation of often coming late to the office or being late for meetings or not following through on your commitments or delivering work late or something like that. So there's a couple things you can do. One is to just address the issue up front. So talk to the people affected and say like, hey, this is what happened. I know I'm late and I know it's not okay. I also realize I've been late the last 2 times or last 5 times, and I'm working on getting better. So you're addressing the issue up front. Then say that it's an issue and acknowledge that this is an issue and has a negative consequence for them or is inconvenient for them. When they then say something back, don't get defensive, right? So in that moment, we want to just absorb it. Someone even tells us that they have this impression about us. Absorb, get curious, understand, let them share their perspective or their thoughts and perceptions without getting defensive about, well, because, rationalizing or denying what they're telling us. And then to really kind of, once you have that awareness, right? You have the awareness of the bad reputation, you address it up front. You're being open for their communication, not defensive or rationalizing what they're saying. And then the next step is to, and that's why I'm saying like building a new reputation can be a lot of work, because you're going to have to go above and beyond for a consistent time. So over a longer time period, over and over and over. Doing it correctly one time or doing it better one time is not going to change your reputation. So you have to go above and beyond, plus you're going to have to go above and beyond for a long time. So that people start trusting and seeing that you actually changed. Let's say you're coming to the office late and you have an 8:30 is like that late, that everyone needs to be in the office and their desk at 8:30. And you have had the habit of coming in at 8:35, 8:40, and people knew that you were always the one late. Now, it's not going to be enough for you to be there at like 8:31 and then think like, I'm kind of on time. I'm not the last one anymore. You actually want to go above and beyond. So aim there to be at your desk by 8:20. This is a simple example, but it applies to everything else. If you've been if you have the reputation of turning work in late, you have to actually submit it a couple days prior to the deadline. If you have the reputation of not responding to emails, you have to respond faster than anyone else. So you go above and beyond, and then you have to keep doing this over a certain time period. Another thing you can do is when you acknowledge that this issue actually happens, get buy-in from other people and say like, hey, please observe me in this specific habit, this specific behavior over a few months or the next few weeks, and tell me when I'm not following through. Like, give me immediate feedback so I can immediately course correct. And you build alliances that way, and other people feel kind of like they're part of your progress and getting better, and that makes it more supportive. And it also helps you build relationships and have other people want to support you in course correcting your reputation. Now, having a bad reputation, if you think like, oh, all good, but I'm just that kind of person. Well, having a bad reputation can really hinder your career. It can change the trajectory of your career because you might be missing opportunities to get promoted or opportunities to take on new, bigger projects, to take on things that increase your visibility. Even, getting a job, someone makes a reference call and they say like, well, but he was kind of always late. And the new manager says like, it's a no-go for me. You might miss that job opportunity just because you had a certain reputation. So being aware that a bad reputation has a big impact, and then going back to the front of intervening early on by getting feedback as often and seeking it as much as you can, so you can intervene when someone has a bad perception before that turns into a reputation. And then if you're dealing with a bad reputation, to take action and actually go above and beyond for a consistent time frame to regain a positive reputation. That is my tip for today. I'll see you soon. Other short episode like this. Bye-bye.